What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Wardcast, your weekly source for video game news, machinima, and survival horror discussion, updates on the ward, and more. I'm your host, Sean Clark, alongside Jazz Rich, Alec Funnel.
Hola.
Oh, you don't have a did you know?
Did you know Alex
No,
in
that
Spanish?
was so last 50
Wow.
episodes.
Wow.
And the Carmen de la Cruz.
Hello.
Hello.
She
No
hello.
hello to the hers.
Did you know?
That one
I don't know.
small.
I must had one. I had one that I thought of last week, and I can't remember it now. So never mind. It had something to do with Detroit.
So you did
Of
not
course
know.
it did. It's Star Trek or Detroit only. Them's the rules.
Always.
Star Trek Become Human.
So Elon Musk is out of his goddamn mind.
Of course.
Why?
I've never been much of a Twitter person, but he's gonna run that shit into the fucking ground real quick.
Like he hasn't already been.
Yeah, well, it's
So
getting a
bad.
lot worse.
I know.
In addition
know.
to the $8 a month fee that you have to pay now to be verified, which makes no fucking sense, you can now only view 600 posts per day, and new users can only view 300 posts per day. And a post is what, like a maximum of, it's like a sentence, right? It's
140
like two,
characters.
yeah, right. So 600 really isn't a whole lot. I mean, I jumped on Twitter for like 2 seconds and just kind of scrolled down a little bit. I probably looked at like 10 or 15 posts without even realizing it. So like, that's not a whole lot. If you pay the scummy verification fee to get the blue check mark that was removed from previously verified users, you can view 6,000 posts per day. So even if you pay for their service, you can still, there's still a cap. You can still only look at 6,000 posts per day.
You know the reason for that?
Fucking bullshit. Money.
It's money because now
Mhm.
he's not even breaking even. That the advertising fees are, since it's ad driven, the advertising fees are now becoming too expensive for him.
Highly.
That he
Why
can't
can't I see
afford to
chat?
have us.
You can't?
No.
Can you now?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Why can you not?
But yeah, this it's kind of a scary practice because like if the public accepts this for like as like what it is and we just go along with it, like it could be pretty damaging depending on like the way the internet is going with like net neutrality. We talked about this a little while ago, like net neutrality when the government gets involved and they start like putting caps on things and stuff like that, it fucking destroys the internet. Like it's going to change the landscape of the internet as we know it. And that's kind of what this is doing, just like in a separate endeavor. Because like if we're like, okay, well, Twitter, you can see X amount of posts per day and that's fine. Well, like what's going to stop YouTube from saying, okay, well, you can watch 100 videos a day and then you got to pay for YouTube Red and then you can watch 400 videos a day and then you can't watch anymore. Like we're encouraging that behavior. And then it's like, okay, well, you go to a news site. Like I go to IGN for a lot of my news. So, okay, well, now I'm allowed to look at what 10, 15 stories a day and then I have to pay. If everybody starts implementing that, like it's going to destroy the way that the internet is right now. It's going to become, everything's going to cost money. Everything's going to have a limit. It's just going to fuck up everything that we know, and it's going to make it just not enjoyable anymore. And
They're
think about
already
that. Think
doing
about
that.
all the game services and movie and show channel subscriptions that you
side.
pay for, and like I pay for subscriptions for like sound effects and music, and now it's like, okay, well, now you're paying for a subscription for Twitter and YouTube and whatever websites you go. Like, it's going to get to the point where it's like not even manageable anymore, because everything that you do in your life has a fucking subscription fee.
Mhm.
That's going to be a nightmare.
The
So yeah,
internet sucks now.
don't support that. If you Twitter, you should say something
not
and
Twitter.
rebel. Yeah, I don't either. I think it's garbage. But again, it's more about like, I could care less about that, but if we normalize it, it's about the ramifications down the road, like what that means in the future for other platforms that I do care about. We need to be careful about that kind of stuff. Yeah. Does anybody here use Twitter at all?
No, I have a Twitter account, but I only use it. I only keep it active in case they say like, "Oh, this is blowing up on Twitter." Like, you know, I want to look firsthand. Like, you know me, Sean. I like to see things for my own self, right? Like, I like to research for my own self. You tell me something, and I'm like, "Oh, really? Let me look that up." And you just told me. So
Yeah, she does that. She asks me a question, I answer it, and then she Googles it, and I'm like, all right, I'll just go fuck myself, I guess. Like,
no, it's nothing personal.
yeah.
No, I promise you. It's nothing personal. I have to see it for my own self. But that's the only reason why I'm even on there, is to, if I hear some sort of Twitter war going on or something stupid that Musk did, that I want to see it for myself. So, yeah, I know.
He's a smelly boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you think about it though, like so much like breaking news and announcements and like everything that happens typically comes through Twitter. So like if we start funneling that down and it's like, oh, you're only allowed to see this much of the news, like that's kind of controlling the delivery of news. Like that's not fucking good.
Yeah. I don't know when. I don't know how. But I'm pretty sure that we're gonna we're gonna have to I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that this will just be another
legislate
nail in the coffin and Twitter just goes away. That's what we need. Just go away, Twitter.
Forever.
And have you heard of Threads now?
Excuse me, what? Oh, Threads. Yeah. Meta or Facebook, whatever the fuck you want to call
it. Like a needle in a thread. That's Facebook or Meta's answer now to Twitter. So they're trying to.
I hate
they're
platforms.
trying to make that a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's been out for like 6 months or something. I just haven't heard about it until recently. Yeah.
They said they don't like platforms. I said they're great for suicide.
Whoa!
Depends how high they are.
Or if there's a bus.
See, the first thing I think of when I think of platforms is like platform shoes.
Wow, of course.
Like go-go boots. I want some go-go boots. I need go-go boots in my life. Oh my gosh.
And that could be your show and tell next week, so go get them.
Yeah, go get them and bring them on the show. But anywho, this week we're going to be talking about Yakuza taking a risk, Microsoft giving up, Daymare bringing back a goat, and more. The greatest of all time, a goat.
My dad is dead.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Fucked up. Yeah, but before all that, hey Jazz.
Hey, what?
Hey, wow, fuck you.
Hey, what?
How's your shit?
How's your shit? My shit is good, I guess. It's hot, but it's cold in here, so I'm good. I'm gonna make a correction that only Sean knows. I didn't mean Kevin Smith. I meant Kevin Hart, which is worse. Kevin Hart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
there
I
was-
forgot who that
so
was for a minute.
I
I'm
was
like,
watching
confused.
I was watching movies on Tubi, because Tubi has a lot of cult classic movies and the other platforms don't, or the other streamers don't. And the thing with
And
Tubi
is
is
it
free.
free?
The thing with Tubi is it's free, but like you get the occasional ad, which they've actually reduced the amount of ad, because I remember before they were putting them in like commercials like every fucking 10 minutes, and it was kind of annoying after a while. But there's an ad today that went on here. Okay, there's an ad today that went on, and it was for DraftKings, which I guess is like a betting app. And Kevin Hart was doing the commercial, not Kevin Smith, but I said Kevin Smith. And the song from our opening of the podcast started playing, and I was messaging Alec or Sean, and out of nowhere I was like, "Wow, they just played our song!" And it was like, and I knew it was that one because I kept going bow, 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 bow. And so that was weird, like when you hear like songs in other stuff. So it was pretty cool. But Kevin Hart, who was actually, I think he's better than Kevin Smith, probably. I don't know. I hate both. Yeah, that was my adventure in Tubi land. So I've been watching Tubi. Like I said last week when I showed you guys my record, I've been trying to get back into like old horror movies and the slasher movies, and like coincidentally, like we were actually talking about last week, the ones that, you know, they give you the blood, they give you the gore, they don't just cut screen right where like shit gets about to be good. So far I watched Sleepaway Camp today from 1983. Some of the acting in that movie was just like ridiculous. Like the guy gets run over by the boat and his friend on the beach is like, "John." Like he just doesn't scream or anything, he just like whispers his name. I'm hearing alien transmissions coming through.
So am I.
There's a sequel and a threequel. I started the sequel, but then I switched to Carrie, like the original Carrie. And shit, those movies are pretty gory. Well, Carrie not as much, because I feel like the remake was a little bit more like insane, but it was okay, it was good. And I watched a movie called Mazes and Monsters, where they play a tabletop RPG game called Mazes and Monsters, and Tom Hanks gets really into it and kind of like goes into this weird like Dungeons and Dragons.
That was the one that caused the D&D mania, where like the bad kind, where they thought that they were all Satanists and so forth.
Yeah, well,
they
kept saying that the game causes like kids to fall into the occult and stuff, and like Satanism, and that movie was like one big propaganda. And in our D&D group, Boo, who's the other DM, he had sent a clip from it. And so when I was watching the movie, I saw the clip and I was like, "Oh my god, I could tell I finally watched the movie." It was on YouTube. It was free, no ads. I recommend it. It was pretty funny. Plus Tom Hanks, baby Tom Hanks.
Plus,
I have a whole list of horror movies on my list of horror movies. But yeah, that's what I watched so far. I played a few games, free new games. So everybody knows that I played Subnautica because not because of the submersible on the news, but just that's what made me think of. I played a game called Real Farm. It's basically farming simulator, which I also played, but it's like a $65 game that was on sale for like less than $10. So I got it. I figured it would give me another like time killer game. It was a thing. I can't hear the noise anymore. It's very quiet now. It's really awkward. And I played more of Happy's Humble Burger Farm, which I still enjoy making burgers. And other than that, I've just been kind of slowly taking stuff out of boxes. Yeah.
You can hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely
the
on
fan
your end.
my laptop. That's my laptop fan. You want me to overheat?
This
Lee
isn't.
says, what platform would you recommend for an old dinosaur like myself? Like just a console?
No, he means like Twitter and all that shit.
Ugh, none.
A Game Boy.
The Ward Discord.
Honestly, if you already have Facebook, then just stick with Facebook. But like I rarely use mine now, except to like maybe occasionally post happy birthday to someone or like send stupid pictures, comment on Alex pictures when he posts them and they go on my feed and I'm bored. This isn't my show.
I've done it for a while.
Yeah, I know. This isn't my show and tell, but I can show you guys that I finally got a case for my phone. Look how pretty
nice.
it is. Ooh,
there's
already like a little
slidey down
thingy that already fell.
Kickstand.
Yeah, because the Google 7 has the camera that like kind of sticks out on this little panel. So this case has a little slide, which I forget to bring down every time I go to take a picture.
And you're like, why is it black?
It has a little kickstand so you can stand it. And I found out by accidentally thinking I broke it that you can rotate the kickstand and then you can like lean it sideways. Yeah. And it's pretty useful for like holding it because like I always hold my phone and it slips. So now I could just not drop it without getting one of those stupid pop things. And these are like my colors. Like I told my mom, it looks like my car.
Here.
And I've already dropped it twice, so you know.
Did it
works.
help? Oh, good.
Yeah.
You
Other
did it
than
on
like
purpose to test it, right?
Yeah. Actually, when I bought the case, I threw it on the ground and I was like, "Yep, it's good."
Wow.
And then show and tells. I have some show and tells. I almost forgot that we weren't doing the game of the year thing. Because I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I bought this board game. It's called Poetry for Neanderthals. I watched Smosh play it, and it looks so funny. They give you an inflatable little bat thing, and you have to you have to try to get your partner to guess what's on the card, but you can only speak in one syllable words. And if you use 2 syllables or say the word on the card, the other person on the other team can bonk you with the little hammer. So I was pretty happy for that. And then on the subject of horror movies, when I was unpacking, I found a couple of my VHS, and I found The Shining on VHS. Shining. And it's not even from Blockbuster. But I think it belonged to somebody's grandma who doesn't even live at that address anymore. But yeah.
You called, you found out, you know.
The Shining. It's a good movie. It's not really a horror movie. It's pretty funny. But
never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
It's kind of a horror movie.
Well, it's a horror movie, but I mean, like, I don't find it scary. I just find it really funny. Apparently, Here's Johnny was improvised. I don't know. It's good. And then my actual ultimate show and tell, only Carmen knows about it.
Ultimate?
As you know, I have a record player here that you can't really see, but it's one of those like suitcases. So I bought myself another record. I promise this isn't going to be a theme every week.
Is it Titanic? Is it? I knew it.
It's the 25th anniversary special, and there's only 2 left on Amazon.
It's shiny.
It's really thick. It's shiny. It's got
like a cock.
And it's got like wow, this looks like such a happy sound. Nope, they're all gonna die. It's thick. It's got 2 discs, so you know.
2 discs.
Yeah, and they're. It's James Horner music is really good. Smoke colored vinyl. So I don't know what that means because I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I'm gonna open it and listen to it.
Gray and white, like transparent kind of a thing.
Yeah. Probably like kind of.
It's a good soundtrack.
Kind of like this. I have it on CD, but of course, vinyl. And like I feel like a real like 70s 80s kid because these headphones, I could like the wire is so long, and I could plug it right into that, so that I'm just sitting here at work and I've got like the record playing in my ears, and I'm just like, yeah, 80s kids. So my collection of vinyls is slowly building, very slowly. But I've been listening to the one that Lee sent me. I've been listening to this one a lot. And I don't know if you like colored vinyls, Sean, but
yeah.
Disc 1.
I was just talking about like your
one is
nice
orange.
smoke-colored one.
Ooh.
Why orange?
Because like the sun. Like the
because the sun.
The sun.
I've seen orange records before. I used to have
and the other one is blue, like the eclipse. You have to play the fucking game.
Hey, whoa.
I won't show you the other one because it's a pain in the butt to take them in and out. And hey, Sean, you know how you like things coming with sleeves? Well, this one came with a sleeve with all the music, and it's like a big poster.
You should put that on your wall.
That's
But
cool.
it's not. It's just like a whole bunch of musical instruments and then like a skull.
That's cool. Is it Lars?
Yeah,
She
Lars
died for that
Skull?
record.
she died. But I
But she
really like that they
acquired it,
made
or
like
she-
disc 1 is this, disc 2 it's this,
That is really cool.
and like that's a really cool like picture on the back too.
That's what I like most about the records, like soundtrack records, is the artwork that they put on them is really cool. Well, usually.
Yeah, the other ones I have are like Julie Andrews and Reba.
You have to show my Resident Evil. Well, fucking Alec already
You
pretty
have
much
to
did
open
that. But yeah, I think I have all of them because Lee's a madman.
So I still forget if it's Lee or Alec that sent stuff to me, but either way, thanks whoever sent me that record because I listened to it like
Probably
almost
Lee.
every day at work. Well, thanks Lee
Probably
for being the cool
Lee.
one.
How do you not know?
Oh,
Because they're like, well, I don't know,
No.
some of it was from Lee.
yeah,
some of
they
it was
don't even know.
No, I mean, like, how I meant that to
And
Alec.
it's like,
How do you
and
not
it's
know?
like Alec, especially for me, because it's like Alec has sent me stuff and Lee sent me stuff and they sent me stuff together. So I'm just like, what? I don't know. It came from England.
Yeah, I just tell
It came
people, I'm
from
like,
the funnels.
my friend from the UK sent me this. They're like, oh, who? I'm like,
Which one?
"Oh."
Oh.
Yeah, when I
What?
finally get around to doing my Resident Evil collection, you guys are gonna have to like go through and be like, okay, I got that one, I got that one, I got that one,
Oh,
because
when does
I
the
don't know
I'll
who
museum
got
save
me
you
open?
what.
time. I'll just save you time. It's like I gave you a Barbie girl puzzle and then it all went mildly crazy. So
When
yeah.
does the museum open, Sean?
Yeah.
Tomorrow at noon a.m.
No,
I will be there.
I have something at that time.
Oh wow!
Speaking of
I have a
something,
something.
I have a something.
I
Speaking
will
of
be there,
something,
but I've seen it like 500 times.
wow, you can go to a museum more than once.
He's the madman of Medan.
Madman of Medan.
Man.
Hey, Alec, you're over there, right?
Yeah, somewhere.
How's your shit?
Well, it's not contained sweet corn, but I did have some tuna salad, so it might contain sweet corn
What the
later.
fuck did you just say? I heard tuna salad.
I'm
And I
still
was like,
confused and frightened.
He's talking about a tuna salad shit.
Yeah.
tuna salad is a lot like
so-
carbon monoxide.
I watched WWE Money in the Bank. That was live when we were doing episode 200 last time. So I was like,
WWE
all right,
what
now I'm gonna
now?
watch it.
So you didn't watch
Money
it
in the
live.
Bank.
Money in the bank.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tipping
it's a
ain't easy.
pay-per-view. Which was actually in the UK. Crazy.
Fuck.
I played Family Feud and got the trophy for specifically playing it on July 4th.
Oh fuck! How dare you?
Oh,
You're
I didn't
gonna
think
have to wait a
anything
year,
special
Sean.
happened that day.
I fucking hate trophies like that. Saints Row had a couple trophies like that.
You see, this is how evil I am. Like, I knew that trophy, and I could have put something on
Wow.
Discord to remind you and Jazz, and I chose not to.
I'll change the clock on my
I don't
system.
care
Fuck
about-
you.
I don't care about trophies
Wow.
unless I'm
Um,
trying.
I completed the main game on Death Stranding Director's Cut, and
And you hate it?
and no, I you know what I was watching the credits and there's the end song and I've been listening to that so many times recently. It's crazy. Because I don't remember it when I first played it. I'm like, huh? So yeah, it's like literally every time I'm going to work and it's on repeat and it's like everyone can hear it and I don't give a shit. Yeah, so I 90% done on trophy wise on that, and it's just picking up the last bits and pick up all the collectibles and
Is that one
5
pretty
star
hard to
order.
platinum?
No, it's like 3 out of 10 on like various websites, so it's not difficult. It's just time consuming.
Look at you graduating to big boy trophies.
Bitch, please! I already platinumed the game before and just doing the director's cut version. So game of the year is Silent Hill 1. Yeah, for 1999.
We're not doing that no more, I thought.
Yeah, I thought that was just to 2000.
It was like a countdown.
Or 200. Episode 200. We're not at 2000
You
yet.
can continue if you want.
I think we'll be dead by then.
Probably.
All right, if we continue, I'm going to have to look up mine.
I mean, Lee started it. He said Dino Crisis, so.
Wasn't that the?
All right,
I think
Jazz,
that's the
you got to
year
pick one now.
Way to be a brother. Lee started it.
Veronica? Or no, that was RE3, I think.
Oh, Nemesis, because I took 200 years to complete it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nemesis.
So 1999?
RE3's mine.
1999.
So, you guys remember last week I had that box with so many games inside?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
So, for my show and tell, I found another game that was hidden under like one of the cardboard sleeves, and so this is
it's just an extra game.
Yeah, so this is X-Men Origins Wolverine. It didn't come with a case; it's just literally
just thrown in the box.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't. It looks like a French version. Yeah. So
you haven't played it to find out if it's French.
Well, I don't have a DS to play it, so I'm sure Lee probably has them somewhere. But...
Well, Alec, how come your favorite game of '99 wasn't Pokemon Snap?
Oh,
because
it
was probably released in the UK in 2000.
Pokemon crap.
It's like whatever games that come out for you guys, it's like we get it generally like 6 or 7 months later.
That's true. Pepsi Man.
Yeah, bitch. Fucking game of the century.
Yep.
Yeah. Carmen, how was your week?
My week was good.
You mean how was her shit?
Yeah.
I've been polite.
Oh wow.
Ew.
We don't do that here.
No. How was my week? It was good. Felt like it was actually it was only okay, but it felt like it was a little bit confused because I took Wednesday and Thursday off for work. I didn't exactly take Wednesday off, but Wednesday was the 4th of July, so we had no work on that day. And I ended up doing jack shit all nothing until I was going to have a dinner with my family, but then that got canceled, and then I realized that it didn't have to be canceled, but it was raining like cats and dogs right at about dusk when it was about time to do fireworks. So I thought that nobody was going to do anything, and then I ended up going out and doing something at like 9:30 at night. Went and hung out with a couple friends, and then Thursday I got my passport. So I
got my passport.
I don't have it physically, and I had to in the course of the passport process, you have to relinquish your
firstborn
your original birth certificate, and they just give you a photocopy of it, and then they just they will send it back to you once the processing is done. So it's a little scary and weird that I don't have my physical birth certificate with me now.
Are you sure that was a real passport place?
It is real. Actually, what happened is that I had been trying to get a passport for months in the city where I'm at. And since I'm in the metro area, they were always full up or whatever. Like, people are trying to get out of the country now, that COVID's not so much of a thing anymore. And so I was getting frustrated and calling the city and calling the post office and calling other places, the passport agency, trying to figure out how to get a place that will actually have an appointment. And one lady told me, go outside of the Denver metro area. She said, okay, I'm going to give you the zip code. You type it in. It's in bumfuck nowhere, basically. And you drive out there and to this little post office in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. And because it's outside of the Denver metro area where there's not so many people trying to get their things done. So I went with my mom on Thursday, We drove about an hour out of the way to go do that and got it done. And so I'll see that in about 13 weeks. So I already have a passport wallet for it that I'm very excited to put it in, which should be my show and tell, but it's not today. All that I played. Did I play anything at all? I don't think I played a gosh darn thing at all. I've just been like scrolling and scrolling on Steam.
Played D&D.
Yeah, I did play D&D. It's not a video game though.
It's a life.
It's a way of life. Yeah,
it's a game when we play it.
So I did not play any video games yet this week. I've just been scrolling on Steam, trying to take advantage of the Steam sale and trying to decide what I'm going to be playing, trying to get some lists down. My goal now is to finish everything that I haven't finished that I had started and abandoned halfway through. So I have a list of like Die Young, like Revelations, like Final Fantasy VII, the original.
Whoa. Go finish that shit.
Yeah. Die Young, Revelations, Final Fantasy VII, the original. Space Channel 5, number 2. Portal, which
that's like a 10-minute long game. Why did you stop playing that?
I don't know. Portal, which I thought, like 15 years ago, I speed ran through that thing in like 43 minutes, and it was like my biggest achievement. But then I'm stuck on like the second to last level, and I just gave up on it. What's going on there? What's going on?
What the fuck?
Now we're upside down. A Plague Tale? Oh my god, yes!
Fucking finish Plague Tale.
I'm stuck on the Plague Tale.
So I didn't want to get up to go get the actual game, so.
And Jazz actually sent me a I think she recorded it herself and sent me like a how to get
you were like,
past
I can't get through this
spot.
part. So I got to that part, I fucking recorded it, I showed her exactly how to go, put it on YouTube. She still hasn't done it. It was months ago.
I think I was too burnt.
The fact that I can literally make my way to that part and just go through it. That's how fast it is.
I put her through a training session of fucking Resident Evil Revelations.
Yeah.
So that she could get past the boss. And all that for nothing because she just gave up.
You know what? I would help,
I did
but
get
I
past
can't.
that boss, Sean.
I know, and then you stopped.
Do you know how I got past that boss though?
You killed it?
I told you how, and I even recorded it.
Sucked his dick.
Oh!
No, I did not. No. What?
Alec with it.
It's been a while.
Be a lot more than that. It's a slimy dick.
I'm sorry, what? You should get that checked.
I mean, Jazz talked about shiny and hard earlier, and I'm surprised it didn't slurp earlier.
When did I say shiny and hard?
When you were sharing this Titanic thing.
The Titanic
I didn't say it was shiny and hard.
Anything about
shiny.
But anyway,
Alec hears what he wants.
Alec hears shiny and hard with every sentence.
That's
anyway, no. So how I finished that part, Sean, was I played it on mute. I think I talked about it on the Wardcast. Is that I had to play the whole thing mute, that whole section, because it was the communications officer, and that Mayday was freaking me out. I could not function with that damn banging and yelling going on, like in the music, and it's
like the one creepy thing in that entire game, and you eliminated it.
Because I literally couldn't. I'm sensitive in some ways, and I just literally could not get past that shit. So I muted it. I got it done in, I think, like the second try after muting it, and I was good.
I'll teach you my trick.
I'm glad to play Revelations again. It's been so long. I don't really remember anything about it.
Yeah, I haven't been on it in like 3 years.
Not Final Fantasy. Resident Evil 5 I need to play because I started the game and decided that I hate it. Like 10 minutes in.
Wow.
I was like, oh no, I don't know about this. And that's when I learned about Revelations. And so I love Revelations, and I'm going to get through that. So What did I watch? I watched I watched more Castle, and I watched Brave, and just a shit ton of TikTok, and that's about it. So just Castle and Brave. That's what I've seen. And my show and tell is to show you that I do still believe in keeping some physical items. And since I don't buy any new physical items, I'm looking at my shelf. I still have, this is when I purchased it originally. I've had this for like 16, 17 years or something. Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2, my absolute faves. I love them. So, I've talked about them and I play them on Steam now, but I still have them. So.
Good.
And I have
I think I prefer the front cover to 10-2 in the UK version rather than your version.
I don't remember the difference. I don't know that I've ever seen that difference.
I don't know.
It's
it was like
basically just
plus
white
international.
Oh, kind of like the limited edition that they did on PS4, just like white and
with
then has the logo.
With just the logo
Yeah.
kind of a thing. Just the logo.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I can appreciate like the
Like a white
minimalistic
background.
style, but I prefer to have like pretty art. Give me the artwork. Make it beautiful.
Riku, where's she at? Riku, where's my girl?
Yeah. You're fingering
Riku's
Riku
my
right
girl.
Yeah,
She's
don't
my
stick your
spirit
finger in her
animal.
mouth.
What? Riku is my spirit animal.
She's
Remember,
not an animal.
Okay. And that might be an insensitive thing to say, but I love Riku. And I get the magic eye. Got a magic eye.
Welcome to the 90s, everybody.
It has nothing to do with video games, but
If you
I
stare
saw
at this long enough, you might see nothing.
No,
Oh, it's a sailboat.
I love these
Mall
things.
rats.
I love these things, and to have found a book like this, it's just nice. It does bring back some memories, and I love it, and it's fun. So that and some coloring books, but they're not too entertaining. So my favorite 1999 game is Final Fantasy VIII.
Of course.
Of course. Because, of course, I love it. And I love that song, Eyes on Me. It hits me right here. I love the story. I love the love. So that's it. So.
You okay over there?
I forgot. Jonathan.
Hi.
Hi. You talked so much during the beginning that I forgot whether
Wow.
or not.
Well,
I mean,
You
since
talked
started
so
us
much
off,
during the intro.
I'm sorry for being a host.
since
that
we started
intro?
you off in the intro, I forgot that you hadn't given us your show and tell and your hellos.
I haven't
and your
done
week
anything.
and your everything.
His show and tell is the Wardcast.
Lee asked if I was happy that the Resident Evil Village poster has been removed from the background of Alec. And yes,
Of course you're not.
I am thrilled. A burden has been lifted from my soul. Thank you.
Did you just move it
You
over?
have one?
Yeah, I mean,
The
if I
soul?
had one theoretically, there you go.
A bird?
Yeah,
Soul.
a bird with a soul. A bird soul. I didn't do a whole lot this week. I fucking forgot it was the 4th of July.
How do you forget?
I didn't even do anything with that. Like, I
Until
don't
things
know,
start
just
to
like-
explode around
Yeah, like
you.
at
and
the,
you're
at the end of the night, it's like, okay. But I didn't like go see fireworks or really do anything. I saw a movie. I saw The Sound of Freedom. That was my patriotic contribution, I guess.
Wow.
There you go.
What's it about?
Pedophiles.
Wow.
Free
Seriously?
America.
It is. It's about this. It's based on a true story. This guy, this like federal agent or whatever, like infiltrates another country where they're like smuggling a bunch of children for these pedophile rings, and he goes in there and pretends to be a pedophile and goes in there and like sets up this like hotel to like gather all these children together to basically have a brothel, and It's pretty fucked up, but I guess it's something that actually happened. But he went in there and he like rescued like a couple hundred kids from slavery and pedophilia. It was pretty good. It was a good movie. America.
I guess.
I watched Joyride. That was pretty terrible.
Oh no, I really want to see it so bad.
It's not good.
Don't tell me it's terrible because that looks like funny as shit. I have to see it in my life.
Anything that Seth Rogen is involved with now, like it's just.
Is he involved? I just know it stars that.
He's not in it. He like produced it or something. But like anytime you see his name attached to something, there's trouble.
No, it stars.
I don't know. I used to like him, but he got
Everything Everywhere
really annoying and stupid.
Well,
he's always been those things, but it was interesting for a minute to me, I thought.
I'm really excited to see that because that looks funny as shit and stars the lady from Everything Everywhere.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Oh my god, yes, the one who's the daughter that I forgot her
Jazz?
No,
right there.
I was gonna say Jabroni or Ja Rule or something. I forgot.
Wow.
Racism.
This is my daughter Jabroni.
Fred.
No, whatever the name of the actual bagel person was, the one that that went rogue. The one that Michelle Yeoh's character was trying to find, her daughter, but the daughter that went rogue and created the bait. The main girl.
I'm up to the final season of Smallville.
Why are you?
I don't know. How did it get so bad so fast?
I mean, why are you rewatching it? You know it's shit.
Don't know.
Hoping it got better the second time.
It's in the background. I'm not like just sitting there like rewatching it. I'm not committed to it. It's just like the background thing of the moment. But it's so bad. And the pattern just continues to happen forever and ever.
Yeah, didn't what's her name? Allison whatever get released from prison recently?
Yeah, that's topical. Yeah, she was part of a fucking cult, sex cult or some shit, and she just got out of jail, so that's fun.
Was she American? Was she like trafficking children?
Wow, she was the child.
I think she was trafficking children. She was doing that thing.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Is that when you throw children?
Maybe
in
that's
traffic?
what the movie. Maybe she was part of that. They didn't name her, but she was involved. You never know.
Oh shit!
Oh my god, professionalism. I watched a few more episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. I saw the new Indiana Jones movie.
Oh god.
It was okay. It was okay. It should have been a lot worse than it was. It's because it shouldn't fucking exist, but it's pretty bad.
I mean, the third and fourth were pretty bad.
Yeah, well, it continues that.
No, coincidentally,
energy.
I watched 1 and 2 like 2 days ago.
Yeah,
I don't remember
the
where
first
I
two are so
that.
good, and it fucking went to shit.
He belongs in a museum.
They do a callback to that in the new one, which was kind of cool.
I mean, he says that in like every episode.
I know. Episode.
Shia LaBeouf.
They like totally disregarded the last movie. They don't acknowledge it at all, which is fun.
That's funny.
And it was interesting too because they did like must have been like 20 minutes of that movie were all like deep fake, where you had like it was very weird because you had like a AI like where they de-age Harrison Ford and he looks like he's his younger self, and there's moments where it looks really good and there's moments where it just looks weird, and Harrison Ford now current day does the voice, so it's like old man voice with the young body, so it's very weird. I don't know why, like they're so fucking desperate to latch on to the nostalgia in the past that they're willing to do anything.
You know,
why didn't
weird.
They just get an actor that looks like him?
I don't know.
They probably did for like the mocap, and like they had to have somebody with like the same facial structure.
No, I think
generally,
probably for the stunts they did, but like you could tell he has like old man body. Sometimes it's like really
he had
obvious.
old man body like in the first Indiana Jones.
Yeah, well, Now it's times 100, but
it's like a young Han Solo.
So what I wonder
was all right.
is, since auto tuning is a thing, and you can even use AI to deepfake voices now, why can't they like tune his voice to sound less like gravelly and old manny?
I don't think they're at the point where they can do that to like to make it believable in a movie. Like it's close, but I don't think it's there yet. But I'm sure they're going to do that at some point. And that sucks. Like that's so fucking weird. It's like we're gonna get to a point where we're watching movies and no one's in it. It's a fucking CG actor with an AI voice. Why?
They'll have like starring 0010.
It's just weird.
No, but
like,
it'd
what
be
a
like
weird
if,
fucking time to live in when that's going to be the case. It's
but
gross.
you know what? It'll be desktop artist kind of a thing, or basement artist kind of a thing, or like like Sean, you could be not only making and what I mean is that like when you're making the machinima and everything, and you're writing and starring and voicing and this and that, and he could be everyone. Wow. He could be everyone. He could do even like the mocap and everything. And they have I saw they're designed for those virtual avatar type things. I forgot what they're called. But Sony has these little like mocap thingies. They're little circle things that you can like attach, one to your head, one to each wrist, one to each ankle, and I think one to your belly. And so it's your belly. I don't know, but it's
Alec is pointing down.
You can attach it to your dick, I guess, if you have one. And
oh, I got one.
But like it allows you to do like full body movement with your mocap and your little avatar, and I think that's fantastic. They're like $500 or $450, but like it's. But
mocap sensors is what you're looking at.
Why did I just like have an image of mocap corn?
No, I don't want to know why you had an image of that.
I played a ton of Street Fighter 6. I played a video game. I played video games. Well, I played a video game.
Street Fighter.
Okay.
It's so good.
Did you break your remote?
I know there's no need. It's been fucking crazy. Like it's like one of the best fighting games I've ever played. Like I'm fucking amazed at how good it is. Like it has no right to be as good as it is. They're gonna ruin it through DLC because that's just kind of the world that we live in. But like I think it's got 18 characters or something. Yeah, 18 characters, which isn't bad. It's not a bad starting roster, but by the time they're done with all the DLC, it'll probably have like fucking 3,000 characters in it, and then at that point I'll complain about it because then it'll be incomplete and it'll be a mess. But for the time being,
$29.99 is fine. But you get to 3,000 and it's over.
You gonna pay for the pajama skins? I remember you talking about pajama skins.
Oh, they had all kinds of dumb fucking skins
Street
in the
Fighter
other one. And I'm sure they're gonna do that again. Like removing all that DLC shenanigans out of the game and just like the base game
skins
as it is
fun,
right
though.
now is like it's so fucking. There's so much. Like it doesn't feel like it's incomplete. You don't pop the game and it's like, oh, there's 20 empty slots of characters that are going to be coming soon or whatever the fuck. There's none of that going on. It has a fucking story mode that is incredible. Like I was talking about last time, it's basically like a fucking like Yakuza game a little bit. And there's something else I wanted to compare it to as well, but I don't remember what it was. But just the way that it's executed, like it's crazy. Because it's free roaming, third person kind of adventure game for the most part, and you run around. It's kind of RPG-ish. And I know I bitch about like every game's open world and RPG elements, and that is true. But there's a time and a place where it makes sense. It's like, okay, well, throwing something like that into like the single player aspect of Street Fighter is cool. It's unique, it's different, it's trying to do something interesting, and it's not just like a massive collectathon open world RPG. You know, it's kind of its own thing. So, and it's still Street Fighter. Like every time you get into a fight, it goes into 2D. You know, you're still playing like Street Fighter and everything like that. It's really well done, and they put so much time and attention into the game that like when you like it doesn't you run into another player and like it doesn't just load and it takes you into like a pre-existing stage from the game and you fight and it loads out and then it takes you back into the world. Like it goes like wherever you are in the environment, it loads that as your background. So like anywhere you are, like, and it's fucking massive. Like you go all over the world and stuff like that. You can climb to the top of like some of the buildings and stuff. So like you're midway through going through a skyscraper and you load into a fight and whatever is around you is your background. Like there's like the environment inside the building, whatever's going on outside of the building, you can see that it's all happening in real time. Like it's really, really impressive. Like there's no reason to do something like that in a fighting game. But the fact that they put in that effort, it's really cool to see that they care that much about it. And it just makes the world more immersive. Like it's worth playing. You know, it's not like you're just running through this single player version of this fighting game to get through it and unlock a couple of things and move on. It's a fucking experience. Like the single player aspect of that game could be its own game. Like that's how fucking deep it is. And it's really, really impressive. I'm amazed.
I like things effect. That you're in a skyscraper and then you go through a room and you're in a fight. Yeah.
What?
Die Hard.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you would appreciate it, Jazz, because like all the clothing and outfits and stuff that you get in the game, like they all have individual stats, but you can also like you have 2 layers. You have like your stat layer and then you have your visual layer, so you can like dress however you want but still get the benefits of like the individual pieces of clothing.
Yeah. Yes, I approve.
Yeah. It's really cool. You can even like upgrade it's crazy. Like it's amazing.
Upgrade.
It's wow
with 3D.
And I have a picture of my character. It's cool too because like
does he have a green mustache?
All 18 fighters you can find like throughout the campaign, and you can like enlist them to be your trainer, and like as you do side quests and you build up your relationship with them through like using their fighting style, they'll like start to talk to you and give you additional missions. They'll give you like emotes and like different moves that you can do. So you can basically pick and choose, take like all your favorite moves from all the different fighters and make your own unique fighter out of it. It's really fucking cool. But the only way you can do that is by like befriending the trainers and like playing in their play style and doing their missions and stuff. It's fucking crazy deep. And like so you have a camera, like you run around, you have a personal cell phone and stuff like that. It's like a smartphone with a bunch of features and it's got a camera on it, so you can just pull it out and take pictures, and you can do different poses and stuff like that. And depending on the level of trust that you have with your trainer, like sometimes they'll do a pose with you. So if you like pull out your phone and you do a selfie, if you have a really good relationship with that trainer and they're in the background, they'll do a pose. It's really fucking crazy. Like just little shit like that. It's dumb, but it's just really cool. And I did one. I took a picture of my character.
You should show us.
I took a selfie.
Toss it up.
A selfie.
That's Brandon.
What the fuck? His smile's bigger than yours.
Looks just like you, Sean.
Yeah, I know. It's the same person.
Except without the green mustache.
I don't know it's going to be a girl.
But yeah, it's just fucking really good. I'm super addicted to it. I was expecting to literally hate it. Like I was going to come on here and rip it apart and bitch about it and complain, but it's fucking great.
But what? They surprised you. What?
It's amazing. Good job, Capcom. It's not too late to fuck it up, though. It could happen.
Lee says you should marry it.
Maybe I will. Fuck. But yeah.
Can you imagine the sex?
That's wow.
Street Fucker 6.
It's really good. 69. I highly recommend it. Show and tell.
Motion caps.
My show and tell is Street Fighter. No.
Whoa.
Yeah. Let's see the.
Excuse me.
Let's
The
see
You
the
guys
dick.
don't help yourself sometimes.
The disc is in the machine, so it's
Okay.
empty.
But
The
The
box
box,
art is
okay.
really terrible. Like, what is that face? What is that?
It's because he's like, you
He's
know
like
what he's
taking
doing.
a
it's like
shit.
cocaine. I don't know.
You know what he's
looks
doing
like-
with that fist.
Oh.
Well, for the look on his face, you know what? Yeah, Alex got it.
Of course I got it. Always got it.
So game of the year's hard. I have to say Resident Evil 3 because it's Resident Evil, but Silent Hill I feel like is a better game.
Go to your
So-
heart. Go to Silent Hill.
It's a
If you
tie
feel
between
it.
the two, but like again, this was a really good year. Fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater came out, Soul Reaver came out, the original Siphon Filter, Shenmue,
Isn't that a whale?
Dino Crisis came out, Chrono Cross. That's crazy. EverQuest. Ha. What?
I couldn't pick a game. I looked at the list and I was like, eh.
You didn't like any of them?
You could pick from
Fucking
Sean's list.
System Shock 2. There's so many good. Donkey Kong 64. It's insane. That was a really
If it
good
was
year.
like Donkey Kong Country, maybe.
Yeah, I mean Donkey Kong 64 is not the best, but still a good game.
I want to say Nemesis, but at the same time I don't because I get frustrated every time I play it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stars.
Show and tell. I got a limited run thing that finally showed up. It's like you never know when a limited run game will show up that you bought 6 years ago. It's like fucking who knows. This one I bought like fucking 8 or 9 months ago.
Coder.
Knights of the Old Republic on the Switch, the super duper collector's edition.
It's on sale right now on Steam. What?
It has a physical copy of the goddamn game because you need that.
With about 5% downloaded onto the game.
Yeah,
thing.
probably.
Got it on Steam.
It's got a
What?
steelbook, premium foil stamped Darth
Let's see the
Raven box.
steelbook. Oh
Just
wait,
this.
you haven't even unwrapped it.
I'm not gonna open it.
Why?
Light side, dark
Why?
side, commemorative coin, 3 character concept art cards, 3 concept art
Open it.
lithographs, a reversible poster, certificate of authenticity, premium foil hardcover strategy guide, Darth
Open
Revan
it.
miniature hilt replicas, vibro blade with metal stand replica,
Excuse me.
and a Pazik set. I don't know what that is. But yeah.
You would
the
find
Pazik
out
set.
if you opened
beautiful.
it.
The whole
This
set
game-
of
That sounds
Pazik.
like a
I am
lot
not
of
a big
things.
Star Wars game, but this fucking game is
It's so fucking
good.
amazing. Oh my
So
god.
fucking good.
Open
I'm very
it.
pissed that they canceled the remake.
Open
How
it. I
dare
want to
they.
play with the coin.
And we were talking about Parasite Eve the other day, so I figured, hey, Parasite Eve.
Dun, dun,
You
And
mean
Parasite Eve
dun,
2.
dun, dun.
It's so shiny you can't see it. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. If you haven't played them, you should play them. They're amazing. That was my show and tell.
wow.
Street Fighter. Let's see. Now, for the videos that you sent me, where do those fit into the podcast?
Oh,
When
they're not really news. They're not. I just wanted to show them. So whenever.
Okay, we do one now.
Sure.
Okay.
Which one?
We
Which
need
one's
a-
the first one you're gonna do, so I can describe it a little bit?
Why does it not say the name of the file?
It does.
Does it? Hold on. Technical.
One is
difficulties.
plastic.
Yeah, Placid Plastic. Something.
Placid plastic is the dumb one, and the other
Okay.
one's a horror. So
So we're watching the dumb one.
so let me just I was browsing around on the PSN and I came across, you know me, I like simulator games, right? So I was looking for a simulator game that I hadn't played yet that looked like I would like it. I don't want to play this, but I came across this and it was so ridiculous. I needed to show it to you guys. And I figured if I'm going to show it to you guys individually, I might as well show it to you guys live on the podcast where everybody else can see how stupid this is.
I want to see it.
Oh, Sean,
Oh.
can't hear you.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Wow, wow. Here we go.
Deep snow covers the mountain peaks, and among those peaks lies a pool. The pool also lolls over the waves of a warm tropical ocean. In such secluded habitats lives the most mysterious of creatures, the placid plastic duck. As it flows peacefully and without concern, the placid plastic duck's family grows.
The rubber duck simulator.
Wow.
The ducks have evolved into more than 100 different kinds. One trait they have in common, they all float. Right, maybe not this one. And this one swims underwater. This one flies at times, but they still float. And they all quack. This one wasn't exactly a quack. This one was a meow. And this one was a guitar riff. But look how cute they all are. This one has a flower. This one's ready for bed. This one has a knife. This one just disappeared. This one is frozen. This one spits fire, while this one is on fire. This one is leaving. Really? You know what? I'm leaving. This doesn't make sense. You can't touch, you can't play, you can only watch. What's the point?
Literally a plastic duck simulator.
I want
That's
to.
amazing.
I want to play.
That's my thing too.
You can't do anything but watch them float. And I was like,
Wait, is it on console? Or
yeah,
just
this is the
Steam?
console release announcement
thank God.
trailer.
Good.
You have to do something with it.
No, like you just watch them float.
That's
um,
amazing.
Collect them. Yep.
See, that's my kind of fucking
Give 'em
game right
back.
I
there.
don't know, but it was ridiculous.
Placid.
And I was like,
plastic.
hey, they were always talking about the rubber ducks, like Resident Evil rubber ducks and stuff. I'm like, wow, plastic,
Plastic.
yeah, duck simulator.
Plastic duck. But
The
like,
real
Fantastic.
question is
plastic.
it getting a physical release?
Probably not.
Placid plastic.
All
duck
right, I'm gonna look
simulator?
it up too.
I don't know if the trailer was funnier because like the announcer is like David Attenborough style.
Plastic duck
Yeah, it
simulator.
could be.
And he's like, you know
garbage.
what? I'm leaving.
Oh, it's on Steam and it has a 10 out of 10.
Lee, look up how
50%
much it's
off.
going to cost on the PS4 and 5.
Yeah, so I wanted you guys to see this. I liked when they said like this one has a
$9
knife.
or £7,
Okay.
7.
and it comes out on
Alright.
the 27th. Or wait, no,
Oh,
it's
it's
already out.
$1.69
$1.27,
on
right?
what's on Steam. Oh, add to cart. Fuck that.
I
Um,
give up on
now.
humanity at this point. That's
Just-
how I will go.
On PlayStation, it came out on the 27th of June, so
You
it is
don't-
out.
You don't need humanity anymore. You've got rubber ducks.
That's amazing.
Rubber duckies.
All right, we have another
Shit,
video.
I was in the middle
So
of purchasing
this
it.
other video,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
horror game that I came across. I'm really mad because it was on sale, and then at payday I was ready to get it, and the sale ended at payday.
Oh,
It
no.
does not have a physical release, but maybe it will someday. If it, I don't know. But I really want to get it next time it goes on sale. And I don't know if you've heard about it. We might have talked about it before. If so, I'm sorry. But I want you to see because it looks really good.
Let's take a look.
I bought it. It was $1.77.
7.
Am I really doing this? Moving so far away from civilization to be the man who will turn the tide of war when everything else fails. Millions of lives are at stake. And I have to save them, finish my work, break the code before it breaks me. Time is not on my side. Determination means everything now. For too long I've been misled, but the answer was there, right in front of me.
Yeah.
Yep. The Beast Inside is a game that came out in 2019 in October for like Steam. It's getting a console. Well, obviously it's on console now for PS5. It's still on Steam for the Xbox Series S and X. I find it weird that it says it's not on PS4 because there was a version for PS4 available. I think it looks pretty cool.
It does look really good.
It's only $2.49 on Steam.
A lot of people are saying that it's really scary.
I just hope it has combat. Like I saw I grabbed a gun for a second, but I'm just so tired of like the walking sim thing where you're just kind of walking through and running away.
No.
And that's like all you can do.
I think it has similar combat to like Alan Wake. Like you have the lantern and the gun, and I think it's similar. Like they're in the darkness or something, and you need the light to be able to shoot them. I don't know, but I do plan on getting it again at some point.
Yeah. Oh, I wish you could get it for Steam. It's 90% off right now. $2.49 American.
Yeah, that's still like over $5 for me, and there's no point in me getting it on Steam.
Oh,
Steam is
killing me. I might get it. I don't know if I should just add it to my wish list, but
it looks like it would take a lot to run it. So my computer will not.
When did it come out?
Well, it came out in 2019 originally, but the thing is, my computer has a hard time running like games like that, and I have to bring down all the graphics, and I feel like that takes away from the survival horror aspect. Whereas like on the PS4, like I'm sitting there with my noise canceling headphones. I'm sitting in my big chair that I have now.
With your big screen TV here. Is
my big TV. Yeah, like it's.
Is that a high def or a 4K?
It's a 4K. It's not it's only 4K with specific things, and I don't have I don't have the right cable for 4K for my PS4, so it's just regular with PS4. But I don't see the point in buying a new cable. I mean, I probably won't notice half the difference, anyways. It's getting dark in here now.
Spooky. It does look spooky. Like. Is that wall behind you, or is that like hallway behind you?
That is a closet.
But
it's heavily guarded. She'll fuck you up with. He'll fuck you up.
Dude, whoever that is looks like Billie Eilish a little bit. The guy, the person.
Guess what time it is? Time for Carmen to ruin the funny characters and things.
Time for the noose.
For the noose. And that was the intro.
Hope you enjoyed our intro, everybody. Okay, what do we have here?
I had a flap of skin where I bit my cheek.
Wow.
That's the news, everybody.
That's it. Daymare 1994 Sandcastle is getting an unexpected cameo. The original Daymare game, Daymare 1998, received a notable cameo in the form of survival horror royalty Paul Haddad, the voice actor of Leon Kennedy in the original Resident Evil 2. This was his last voiceover role before he passed in 2022, which is really sad, but it was cool that he got to do one final role in the genre that everybody liked him for. It's kind of a cool thing. Developer Invader Studios is looking to make this a trend as it came out that Charlie Kraslavsky will be lending his voice to Sandcastle. Charlie was the live-action actor for Chris Redfield in the original Resident Evil. His contribution has not been revealed, but will likely be a smaller role, similar to what Haddad did for the original Daymare. So it's kind of a weird choice to do this because Paul Haddad made sense as he was a voice actor in the past, but Charlie's just like, it was just his likeness. Yeah. Well, he wasn't even the voice actor. He just lent his likeness. Like he was just there going through the motions, like in the live action
walking through
scenes.
the part.
So like, I don't even know if he can act. I don't know how well that's going to go.
He can. We've seen
just
him
because
act.
you don't
He's
know
such a
doesn't
great
mean
actor.
that he's not. He could be like the most fantastic actor, and you're like, I don't know about him because I didn't see him in anything. Well, then,
I mean, it's possible he could be better than the original voice actor. Who knows?
He might have the sexiest voice. We don't know.
Well, I've heard him talk, and he sounds nothing like you would think Chris to sound. Like, he doesn't sound like the voice actor sounded at all.
No.
So it's
Radio. What's
I don't know.
the deal with that?
But it's kind of a weird choice, because it's like, clearly they're getting him involved because there's a following, right? Fans of Resident Evil want to see Chris in something, right? I feel like that's going to be the baseline
No, they don't.
expectation. So, well, some of them, but like the
Fuck him.
people that are going into this expecting, oh, I'm going to hear Chris, like, this isn't the same guy that they're expecting. It's not the voice actor. So I don't think it's really going to land for those people. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's cool that they got him involved in another horror project, but I just feel like it's going to be a little bit underwhelming. What do you guys think? Do you guys even care about about them doing stuff like this?
I mean,
It's gonna be a good thing for them, but it's gonna be another shit game.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, I mean, like I would like to hear it or hear him or whatever, but I don't know that I would I don't know when I would actually get around to playing the game or whatever. But yes, by all means. We don't know. We don't know how good this man will be or not. It's nice that they're assuming that there is a following. They're trying to tie it all together, which is good, I guess. It's good. It's
Well, it's not even really necessarily about his quality of acting. It's about expectations. Because even with Paul Haddad, when he did his voice for the original game, like it wasn't what I was expecting. I kind of expected to hear something similar along the lines of Leon, because that was what people want. When you think of Paul Haddad, it's like, oh, I want to hear more of what I remember him for. But he was older, and he hadn't acted in many, many years. So like he just, he wasn't a professional actor anymore, and his voice
Wasn't
had
up
changed
for
so
it?
much that
right.
you just like it wasn't what I wanted. And I feel like that's probably most people's experience. And I feel like this is just going to be that again. Because it's like the idea is cool to bring him back and see him again, but like, are you going to get what you're wanting from it? Probably not.
Yeah, it's and that's all up to the direction, and if whoever's doing the casting and directing really has a good feel for not only the game, the medium, but what this person can do. And
I mean, it's an indie studio, so just that alone, I wouldn't expect too much, because you've got an indie studio and like a non-actor coming together to do a fan servicey thing. Like, it's probably just not going to be that great.
it might be good. It's quality, I'm realizing, is harder to words. Quality is harder to pin down than I initially thought, because we've spoken of this before in terms of like shorter in terms of how do you say, like YouTube and TikTok and independent creators, just nobodies or people who are not big names and not famous and whatever, can come out with something bare bones as fuck, but the spirit somehow, the quality of the writing or the quality of the direction or the spirit, the acting, is such that even with minimal tools, minimal polish, you would still love the shit out of it way more than a professional studio production. And that's to do with like some sort of quality of passion or quality of understanding of what they're trying to put out. That maybe this will be that, but we cannot tell. I cannot tell.
But we have a baseline for this exact experience. Like, this is a sequel, and they're trying to do the same thing that they did in the original with Paul Haddad. So like, and it didn't, both things weren't as exciting as we thought they were going to be. You know, they didn't live up to the hype. So, and it looks like the same team is trying to do the same thing a second time. And it's just like, why would you expect it to be any different? Like all signs point to,
Meh.
you know, meh. Exactly. But you never know. It could be amazing, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. For those who are looking forward to the next Daymare game, a second collector's edition has been listed exclusively on Play Asia. I don't know why this game is getting multiple collector's editions. It's kind of weird. But this edition comes with a physical copy of the game, the character cards and sticker set that the previous collector's edition includes, plus a top secret case file that includes a lab report from the facility and a QR code with a mysterious message. It also comes with a fully functioning cassette tape that includes hints to find hidden game or hidden content within the game. That's kind of cool. I think it's like, I forgot to put the price in here, but I think it's like $63 or something like that. It's not too bad. Considering, you know, most regular games are, you know, fucking $70 at this point. What?
Said 7.
7.
What's gonna be
with no energy, just 7. Not 7. 7.
What's gonna be in the collectors? Do you know?
I
just said it.
Yeah, I just listed it.
Yeah, but okay, never mind.
But can you list it again? Can you list it again? All right, next thing up. Baldur's Gate 3 supports bestiality.
Excuse me?
I could have swore that we lived in a time where everything was offensive and nothing was allowed, but I suppose we're just kind of picking and choosing the offenders at this point because everybody is getting pretty excited about the fact that you can have sex with a bear in the latest Baldur's Gate game.
Why?
That's okay. That's morally fine.
Why?
You give that bear cocaine, you know.
Yeah, get them all riled up, get them excited. Baldur's Gate offers some deeper role-playing options, including the ability to build relationships with NPCs and party members, which can then turn into romantic options, leading the way to sex. It's just been confirmed by Baldur's Gate 3 developer Larian that Halsin, a druid that can shapeshift into a bear, is a romantic option, and a video was posted showing some of the sexual encounter taking place in his bear form.
The fuck?
Why? Why is that okay? Why? I don't understand people.
Like, is it like
where are the values?
Humorous or like
it's the furry people, I'm sure. I don't know.
Japan's getting fucking weird, man.
Japan's been weird for a long time.
Yeah, it's getting more weird.
Is it though?
I don't know. Everybody's getting fucking weird.
That's more accurate.
There you go.
There it is.
That's
so there you go.
meant.
If you want some bestiality and you don't want to go to jail for it, Baldur's Gate 3, everybody, buy a copy.
Jesus.
Capcom is considering bringing Mega Man back fucking finally. Recently, Capcom internally discussed the possibility of bringing Mega Man back. Aside from the recent Mega Man Battle Network collection, Mega Man hasn't seen a new iteration since 2018. Normally, that would be concerning to see, such as to see like a storied franchise like Mega Man just kind of go dormant because they tend to disappear and never be heard from again. Konami. But I guess they kind of normalized it, right? Like they have so many like golden IPs that are just sitting dormant, waiting to fucking get a new iteration. So at least it hasn't been sitting there for fucking 10 years. Or wait, when was the last Castlevania? When was Lords of Shadow? They did Lords of Shadow 2, which was probably like what, 2013,
Lords of Shadow
14. I don't know. It's been a while.
360.
But like to get a real 2D old school Castlevania, like it's been a long time. It's probably been like 2 decades. And I thought that Mega Man was going to be going down the same route, but potentially not. Looks like Capcom still gives a shit potentially. But yeah, Capcom does want to release a new game. They just need to come up with a compelling way to do so, which apparently they don't have one. So they're just exploring ideas and seeing what they can do with the franchise to potentially bring it back. They're also considering doing something to bring back Sengoku Basara and Onimusha as well. Please, for the love of God, Onimusha, bring it back. I'm surprised that they even mentioned Onimusha, considering they did that HD remaster and nobody bought it. I bought 2 copies of it, and like that's probably all they sold. Maybe 2 more. Onimusha is so good. Why does nobody buy it? Makes me sad.
I don't own a Musha.
That's terrible.
Have a good weekend, survival horror fan.
Bye, survival horror fan. Thanks for joining us.
The fuck is this?
Mickey on crack.
Mickey Mouse having sex.
Video.
That's real nemesis Mickey Mouse.
We found him. Video streaming services are starting to show their dark side, and Disney's leading the charge.
Don't you talk bad about Disney. Okay, go ahead.
Disney's going to shit. What are you talking about?
I don't.
It's no secret that Disney has been missing the mark pretty steadily lately in terms of both quality and performance. As a result, Disney is cutting back expenses by quickly dropping low-performing licenses and partnerships based on sales performance. What does this mean? Shows on streaming services will disappear without warning from your provider at the company's discretion. Disney has recently purged over 24 shows alone and issued many cancellations on other projects. This impacts the stability and expectations of the service in general. Disney's latest victim is Crater, a sci-fi movie from the producers of Stranger Things. With a production cost of $53.4 million, Crater was launched and then pulled 48 days after its debut for underperforming. This behavior can create a very rocky and unpredictable viewing experience if left unchecked. Some of these dropped shows are digital only, and when pulled, become entirely unviewable. Other shows and movies will drop from one platform and appear on another depending on what deals companies have with each other at any given time. It's getting fucking messy, as expected. So again, if something really good comes out, movie comes out, you're one of the few people that watched it, you liked it a lot, it's digital only, doesn't perform well, boom, gone. Doesn't exist anymore until they want to distribute it another way. That is fucked up. And then you have the whole juggling thing where it's like, okay, well, Disney's going to drop the license, but they'll sell it to whatever, Warner Bros. So it goes up on their streaming device, which I think is typically HBO Max or whatever. It's just like, so you're paying for a service, in this case Disney, to watch a particular thing, and then it didn't do well enough, so they drop it, they sell it to somebody else, and it goes up on their service. So what the fuck? So now what do? You pay for another streaming service to watch that one thing? You just don't get to watch it? You drop one and pick up another? Like, that's such a fucking pain in the ass. And that's for the things that you can control. Like, there's a lot of things out there that, again, are digital only, that are just they're going to be vaporware.
Disappear.
Yeah, they're just going to be out for as long as they're out, and then they're gone.
Netflix is really, of course, bad with that, but we already knew that.
Well, all the companies are starting to feel this. Again, there's so many people for your audience. There's so much money for your revenue, and there's so many different streaming options out there. And things are getting so political that people are going to be divided. So your audience is going to be moving around, and there's only so many people out there to cater to. So they're just overextending themselves. They're spending too much money, and they're handling things in a shitty way where they're fucking themselves and also the audience, because of how things are affecting them and how they're trying to control, like how they're trying to do damage control.
Yeah. One thing that I've been hearing is part of the reason why we're having this problem is that the network execs or whoever's controlling the licensing don't really, or not the licensing, but like whether something stays or goes, which is slightly different. Is that they're not giving the new shows chances. Like you said, the one that was, oh gosh, what was the one that you just listed?
Crater
has only been out for how many weeks?
48 days, so about a month and a half.
About a month and a half. And that's barely time for people to even realize that it's out there, let alone be able to watch it, especially if it's a series, be able to binge all the episodes. You know, like they are not giving these titles time enough for exposure and saturation. They're expecting people to jump on it.
Saturation.
Yes. They're expecting people to jump on this shit like it was 40 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. And like there's a new show that comes out, you know, Friday at 7, and everybody flocks to their TV at Friday at 7 to watch this new show. And you know, we're not doing that. We have other shit to watch, and we're going to watch it in our own goddamn time. If I feel like watching that shit at 2 a.m., you know, 6 months after it comes out, then that's what I'm going to do because I have other things on my list. But it might be like my new favorite fucking thing. What was the thing that, oh, it was a game. It was Detroit.
Oh my God. We made it. We're back.
Where it took me, like I had that thing in my cart for like a year and I wanted it so bad, but I had other things going on. I wasn't ready for it. And man, I realize, you know, that is the risk that you state over and over and over again every episode, is that if it should decide to disappear before I'm ready to grab it, then yeah, that tragedy is on me for not getting it physical, like a hard copy. But you're right with these streaming services.
And we created that environment of like disposability. And the now, like if it's not hot, it's not right now, it fails. It's over, move on to the next thing.
It has been that way for ages also, because, you know, the shows that we know now as classic TV from like the 40s, 50s, and 60s are only classic now because they are what survived. They may have been the most popular, but they're what survived. There may have been something that was better quality, but that wasn't as popular, so it didn't survive, or it got, you know, eaten by moths, or who knows what the fuck, somebody, you know, accidentally or on purpose destroyed the reels or the tapes or whatever, and now it's lost forever. We have what we have because it's what's left. It's what's, you know, there's hundreds of other shows that we'll never know ever existed. And it might be like in the corner of your mom's mind or your grandma's mind, like, oh yeah, I remember maybe watching this. But we'll never know what the fuck they're talking about because it's lost to history. There might be like a title and a description of it, but aside from that, everything else has been wiped. You know, like they say, oh yeah, you know, Joe Schmo produced this, and limited information of it, and certainly no reels of it anymore. So it's been happening for ages.
Yeah, but now it's magnified times 1,000 because like we didn't have a digital environment back then, so everything came out physically to a degree. It just had lower production runs, so like they were still out there and accessible to a degree, but now we literally don't even make it to that point for them to live on. Like if you weren't there to see it in the moment, like most people won't even have ever seen it or have a chance to ever see it later. Like that's fucking crazy. And it goes back to like the whole Steam thing of like, there's too much, you know, there's not enough people and money for everyone and time to see everything. So the more shit you shovel into the environment, the more it convolutes like people's ability to pick out the good shit and consume it. So like things just get lost in this ocean of content. And when everything's fucking disposable, like it's just all these things are just there for a minute and they're gone. And maybe people saw it, maybe they didn't, who knows? And then it's just gone forever.
True, but on one hand, I feel like even if you think that there's too much, there'll always be a market, hopefully. And it reminds me of like books have never gone out of style. You know? No, they have not. They've evolved. We have Kindles now and Audible and all this shit.
That's not
They've evolved.
evolution.
Yeah, it's not the same thing.
It's downside.
But
it's downgrade.
Nah,
And again,
I mean,
it's susceptible to the same thing, like we talked about like an episode or two ago. It's like it's one thing to go to a library and pick out a story on a shelf and consume it. It's another to have 4,000 books on your device and try to find something worthwhile, read it, and have it impact you and remember it. When most of the time it's like, okay, well, there's too much shit. I got to get through this one. I'm through it. Move on. What's the next one? And the next one and the next one. And you're less likely to really be impacted by those experiences and have them stay with you.
Because you don't
And
savor it.
And yeah, you don't savor it. And it's just like, it's overwhelming and there's so much content. And it's just like, it's just not the same.
That's up to the individual how they decide to consume their media, though.
That, to a degree, but human beings, for the most part, you know, we're built the same. Like our brains are similar. So
Brains
like,
not, promise you.
if you have like 5 books, you know, you're more likely to find one that resonates with you, that you remember and that matters to you, than if you are just thrown into, or somebody gives you a computer and there's 4 million books and you've got to find one and you're overwhelmed and you're spending all this time and you can't find one that looks good. And you're probably going to settle for something that sounds decent. And then you're going to read that and it's going to be okay. And then, oh, well, there's still 3,999 other books out there. Well, let me try this one. And then you forget all about that other book. And it's different. Like the environment does affect the consumer.
Yes. But
it's just like, it's a different experience to read a book in prison than it is to read that same book at home in your bed. The environment, your environment, what's going on around you and how you perceive things affects your experience.
Mm-hmm.
For better or worse, that book in prison might be your salvation and be the best thing ever, or you might just not give a shit because you're in prison and you hate your life. Either one of those things can influence your experience of that book based on your environment.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got to move on. We got 2 more, I think. Disney, it's garbage. That's the moral of the story, everybody.
No, it's not. I mean,
Disney's on crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disney's owns all.
I like what Lee said. If Mickey Mouse in that image has been given the same cocaine as the bear in Cocaine Bear, which not ironically, but on that subject, really quick, just to mention, on Tubi they have Cocaine Shark and Cocaine Cougar.
Oh God!
What?
Yeah, they're just like the low budget movies people tried to do like after Cocaine Bear came out. So
please give it to me.
Yeah.
You know, side note, what would be really fun is maybe it would be really fun. There's creators who specialize in watching terrible things just to see how terrible it can get.
Oh, that's what I plan on doing.
It's funny I hate to go. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that I could see Sean as getting into that.
Cocaine?
I could see you being into cocaine.
No, terrible movies for the sake of terrible movies. I don't know, maybe.
They're great.
Yo, Carmen, you didn't know me back when I did my 12 days of shitty movies. I'm bringing them back this year, by the way.
Good. I want to be involved. I want to watch terrible movies.
Good.
Me too.
We'll do a share party.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to go back again just real quick because like you made a good example right there with there's Cocaine Shark and
Cocaine Cougar.
Cocaine Cougar, right? And then there's Cocaine Bear, right? The first one, the one that had a budget that's good, and you know it did pretty well, all things considering it's fucking Cocaine Bear. It did pretty well. But then like fast forward a couple years down the road and then people weren't there in the moment. And it's like there's cocaine bear and cocaine shark and cocaine cougar and cocaine monkey and cocaine this.
They're like,
cocaine
which one came
There's
first?
4,000 cocaine animal movies.
Just looking for regular cocaine.
And you're not aware that Cocaine Bear was like, actually a good quality movie worth watching. It's just lost in an ocean of cocaine insert animal movies, right? So it gets lost in the shuffle. Like that's the problem with having too much content like that.
Yeah.
Well,
but at the same time, it entertains me. So
there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
Cocaine crab, yes.
Cocaine crabs. Before the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, what did I do? Oh. Okay, so news.
This is the cocaine segment.
Yakuza is treading dangerous water.
Yakuza-o.
Are they
Yakuza-o.
Cocaine?
Fuck.
The Yakuza / Like a Dragon franchise continues to grow and expand, but in its early days, it struggled to make an impact and find an audience in the US. One of its biggest early failures was attempting a horrendous English dub. To my knowledge, it was the first and only time the series was ever dubbed in English across all 15 titles. And let's be honest, the game takes place in Japan, it's full Japanese cast. It makes sense to just have it in its native language, right? Put it in Japanese. It looks right. It sounds right. It feels right. Yeah. There's no need to invest the extra money in hiring a terrible English dub cast because it's probably not going to do well. But I mean, like I even appreciate a good English dub. Like I like dubs, but sometimes it just doesn't make sense to do that. Not everything needs a dub.
Why are live action dubs so bad?
Because it's
the
same. It's the same actors who do voice work, and they overact it. That's why it doesn't fit. It's two completely different methods of acting. It just doesn't work.
Because it's like is it that it sounds cartoony?
Yeah, it's too over the top. Yeah.
Because man.
Yeah, so Sega is looking to roll the dice again by attempting an English dub once more, and it's not looking good. Surprise, surprise. YouTuber Yong Yi, I don't know how to say his name, announced that he will be the voice actor taking a stab at one of the most iconic badass video game characters of the past few decades, Kazuma Kiryu. He gave a sample of his performance live at a conference and received a lot of backlash for not doing a very good job. In defense, Yang Ye posted a cleaned up version of the performance via Twitter again, but it did not sway many people's opinions. You want to hear what Kazuma sounds like with the YouTuber behind the
I already know the YouTuber, but yeah.
Let's listen to it.
Hi.
Be right back.
Hello. Hi guys. I'm in the Yakuza.
I'm a Yakuza.
Oh my god.
Hiya. Ding ding.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Turn around now, and you can go home in one piece. But if you don't, just remember, going down this path was your choice.
I tried to cut it off before that. That's kind of people's reception was being like, oh.
That's actually was perfect, especially like the little tiny bit that you played.
Like he's not bad, it just doesn't fit. Like it just does not make sense to have him voice.
I thought somebody was talking to him.
Kiryu has like a really deep, like his Japanese voice actor is perfect. It's like deep. It's like a Solid Snake kind of voice. It's deep and intimidating. It works, but like that's not. He can't do that. He's not doing that well. He's not portraying the character properly, so it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
And again, whether you're the Japanese audience or the American audience, we've all been listening to Kiryu speak in that voice for fucking decades across 14 games, because the original one, was dubbed. So 14 games we've been listening to this character sound a certain way, and then you're just going to throw this guy in, do an English dub and have it sound nothing like that and just expect it to go over well. And why a YouTuber? Like there's nothing wrong with YouTubers, but like what?
Why?
Why?
But like, why?
And again, I could understand if like, okay, this YouTuber just has the voice and he's perfect for the role. Great, do it. But clearly that's not the case. So what the fuck? Why did they pick a YouTuber that's clearly not qualified to do this?
Probably cheaper.
Sean, what
Probably.
if somebody contacted you to be, I don't know, Snake or Beyond or somebody?
Yeah,
You'd be like, no.
Yeah, if somebody wanted me to, it depends on what they're trying to do with it. But like, if they're just trying to be like, okay, we want you to be like Leon Cannon, I would say no, because I can't do that voice. Like I wouldn't do that justice. And I know that. Like I have ears, I don't sound like those actors, and I don't portray that version of Leon. I have my own version of Leon for a reason, right? So like, but if they wanted me to come and do like official Leon, I would decline it because that just wouldn't make any sense.
You're like, that's not me. That's not
Yeah.
Leon.
Like if they had like a reimagined version and they wanted to dualize it or something, right? They wanted to make a comedic version of it and we were on board with the same vision. Yeah, that makes sense. But like, I'm not an idiot. Like, I'm not going to just accept it because they offered it to me. Like, I'm not going to like contribute to a lesser product of something that I care about. That doesn't make sense. And the people that are in charge should feel that way as well. Like the producers, the casting directors, they should have the vision. They should have, they should know the sound, how the character should sound, what they should be looking for in a voice actor. And it's not that. they should be hiring and auditioning the right people for the job.
Yeah.
So how did they get to that point to hire this guy? It doesn't make sense. They clearly don't know what the fuck they're doing over there.
I was randomly reminded that Bieber was a YouTuber.
And actually, here's a good example. The first dub for Yakuza had like an all-star cast. It had Mark Hamill in it. It had fucking Eliza Dushku. It had like big names. But guess what? They weren't right for that fucking project. So it went very poorly. Like that's the importance of casting properly. Like it doesn't matter who you get if you're just hiring on name. It's like, oh, well, you're a big YouTuber, so you're going to get an audience, or you're Mark Hamill, or you're this actor, so we're just going to capitalize on your name. You need to hire people based on their ability to breathe life into the character appropriately. And if you can't do that, then it's not going to work. Doesn't matter who you have.
I think it was Howl's Moving Castle. I don't remember what it was, but some Studio Ghibli film, they had dubbed it and released it once when it originally come out, and then remastered. Oh, it was Princess Mononoke that they redubbed with an all-star cast, and it wasn't the same.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Lee said, as long as the newer Yakuza games give players the option to switch the vocals, then it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I mean, I agree to an extent, but again, it's just like we need to be mindful of what's happening in the moment, right? Because there's a future. It's not just about like what's happening now. It's about what's happening next. So they throw all this money, they're like, oh, Yakuza is doing really good. It's pulling in all this money. Let's put more money into it to make it more successful. We'll hire an English voice cast. We'll go hard, right? Well, that money is going to have a return on investment that they have to hit. It's going to have a deadline. It's going to have a goal that they have to meet to be successful. So the higher they raise that bar, the more likely it's going to be a failure. And it could be
and then when it misses,
the best in the whole franchise. But since they bloated it with this extra money and the sales figures didn't meet up, it's considered a failure. And then we look at Disney where it's like, oh, it didn't sell X amount of copies in week 1, so it's a failure and we're never going to do another Yakuza game again. Like that's how the company approaches things like that. So you need to be careful about what you're investing in these games and how you're putting these out. Like, does it make sense to put in that extra money to hire that cast? Because you're going to have to recoup that money through sales. And if it gets shitty reviews because you spent that extra money investing in an English cast that nobody likes, guess what? You're not going to get there. You're not going to meet your numbers. And that's going to affect what the next Yakuza game is going to look like. How big that budget's going to be. For what? Like, what did we accomplish? Nothing. Nobody asked for an English dub. And if you were going to do it, you needed to put people in place to do it properly. Otherwise, you're just throwing that money out the door and setting yourself up for failure.
You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose fans of the games that you have already because of what you're doing after.
And they're doing it to try and pull in more people. Like say, oh look, we have so and so this actor and so that actor, trying to pull people in. And
there's probably going to be like some portion of Yang Yi's fans that are like, oh, he's doing voiceover work, I'm going to go see that because I'm his fan. You're going to get those people and you'll get some money from that, but I promise you that's not going to be the majority. Most people there's more Yakuza fans than there are fans of his, I promise you that. So if you're not catering to that fan base, you're going to fail.
It's sad.
Excuse
me.
Microsoft hates exclusives. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella says that if it were up to him, he'd get rid of exclusives completely. That's encouraging coming from the makers of Halo.
Is it?
But yeah, like, it's not surprising. This is coming from the company that has no exclusives, that doesn't seem to give a shit about their flagship properties like Halo. They're kind of half-assing the exclusives that they have, and they clearly just don't care about investing in new IPs or exclusives on Microsoft platforms at all. And they're falling behind because of it. There's a lot more people playing on PlayStation because guess what? They got a bunch of exclusives that are really good, and you got to go to PlayStation to play them. So, like, of course they're going to take that stance of, well, we don't like exclusives because it's not really helping them right now. So yeah, makes a lot of sense. But that's kind of the wrong approach. Why not, instead of being like, oh, well, exclusives are bad, why not just invest in making good exclusives? Why not try to get a piece of that market? Why not try to draw people?
Just come up with a good game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why not make a reason to draw an audience over to your platform? That's how you do it. You give them a reason to come to your platform, typically through exclusives. But instead, they're just like, nah, exclusives are bad. It's fucking stupid. I don't understand what's wrong with. I used to like Microsoft a lot, but it's like we talked about. They clearly just don't care about that. They don't care about innovation. They don't care about creating. Yeah, they don't care because they had games. They had Gears of War and good Halo games and exclusive partnerships with third parties. Like, they cared. And guess what? They did well. Now they don't have that and they're losing. But yeah, like now they're
caring, you stop doing good.
They're at the point where they're just ready to let the ship sink. They're ready to let the ship sink because I feel like they feel like they're in a place where they can't recover, and that might actually be the case. But instead of trying through, innovation and making good content, they're just like, oh, well, we just want to be a distribution platform. And that's sad because they had so much potential. They were really good once upon a time. Like you said, 360 was their era. They fucking did really good, and they had a lot of really good games and good hardware, and they were invested in gaming rather than just distributing the games across other companies' platforms. Yeah, it's obvious for them to make that statement, to take that stance of like, oh, we're failing because we don't care. We're not focused. It's kind of like Nintendo. Nintendo's always been like, oh, well, we don't really care. We're not in the console war. We're going to do what we want. Because to a degree, that's true, but also they can't compete in that market. They know what they are. They know what their market is, and they lean into it, and it makes sense. And that's kind of what Microsoft is doing at this point. I feel like they're like, okay, well, we can't win against Sony, so what else can we do? Streaming, distribution, put our games on TVs, put our games on devices, put our games on phones, partner with Nintendo, do this, do that. Like, they're just they're turning into vaporware, basically.
They're trying to stay relevant.
That's the thing, that they're not. By doing that, they're disappearing. They're removing Microsoft from the equation and then putting all the other stuff front and center and just being a distributor of other people's content through their platforms. Like, how is that helpful to Microsoft? Like, your name's going to fade away and no one's going to care anymore because you're not relevant. You're like, nobody cares about Halo anymore. No, there's nothing coming up down the road that's like, oh, this is a Microsoft thing. Well, I mean, there's a couple things. There's Starfield. There's a handful of things, but even that's third-party partnerships. There's nothing that's legitimately 100% Microsoft owned that is exciting coming up down the road. So how are you going to be relevant? Why would people care about you as a company, as a video game company, if you're not contributing to the industry at all? They're a facilitator of Bethesda games right now. And if they have it their way, they're going to be a facilitator of Blizzard and Activision Activision games. Like, that's not going to help them as Microsoft, as a brand. They're just going to become the people that give us the Activision games, the Blizzard games, the Bethesda games. No one's going to care about Microsoft anymore. It's not a good brand name decision to do. It's not a good approach if you want to stay relevant.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah.
It seems like no matter where you turn now, companies, everything, they're just going downhill.
Yeah. So things are looking pretty good for Sony, I guess.
Yeah, considering Sony were the ones that they always get the shit first. Like, they release a new console and there's something wrong with it, and everybody's like, "Fucking Sony, man!" And then everybody around them tries to like catch up, and then Sony's like, "Yeah, we're good. Let's just stay right here and let's do it."
It's Sasha Kennedy.
Hello, Sasha.
Oh,
she made it.
She's here. Yay! Welcome to episode 200.
She made it just in time for a game.
Oh wait.
Okay.
I got scared.
It's game time.
I got scared.
As loud as fuck.
Does Sean have gem?
I have 1/4 of a gam.
Is it 1/4 of a gem that we can play?
I tried to put together a full gam, but I ran out of time. So what I did What's Missing again. I did the 2 for Jazz that I didn't have last time. I put those together. So I have 2 that we can do real quick, and then we'll move on to Alex games. So, okay, I'm doing this a little bit differently. Hopefully I don't fuck it up.
Yeah, fuck it up.
Oh, I'm sure I will. Ouch. So it's going to be a little different. A little bit.
What's missing?
What is missing? Oh no, it's different.
Missing?
It's missing the picture.
Okay, so you guys know the drill. I'm going to show you a image. Something will have been removed. You need to tell me what was removed from the image, from the image.
Okay.
All right.
What's been photoshopped?
Exactly. All right, here we go. What is missing?
Jefferson coming up behind her and killing her.
Wow.
Spoilers. Her other ear.
Max.
Her other ear.
Max is missing.
Earring.
I'm just trying to think at this point if Chloe put the blue strand in her hair or not.
No, I thought she
Yeah, it looks like her hair from.
She does it just like a few times after hanging out with Rachel, but I can't. I don't know if you would have guessed it, but that's the shirt that I give her too. Because you can pick
something
her
from Chloe's. I get my right and left mixed up, but the right side of the picture on her hair, maybe it's a streak because that hair does not look right. Does that make sense?
Maybe.
That's my final answer.
I'm gonna go with the earring.
Okay.
Yeah, because does she wear 2 earrings?
Rachel's earring. Yeah.
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember,
I'll-
so that's fine. Then go with that one.
I'll go with the blue streak.
I did not fuck it up, Sasha. I did it right. Be proud of me. So, Jazz, you say blue streak.
Yeah.
Alec, you
I
say
go for
earring.
the.
Mm-hmm.
I was guessing either one, but I'm gonna go with the.
Their souls.
Their souls. Lee's got it. He is correct.
Who? Lee hasn't. Let's. What did he say? Their
So, Carmen,
souls.
what are you going with? Which one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with earring. That's very hard. I'm gonna go with earring.
Okay, 2 for the earring, 1 for the strip.
I almost went for stripe, but I think I'm gonna go earring.
Punch the highlights out of her hair.
All right, this is the original.
Yes.
That is the stripe.
Damn!
So she does do it. Okay.
Good job.
Yeah.
This is the
I should have known
comparison.
that because, like I said, her head looked messed up.
Well, Chloe always has like now the just like her hair just on one side
Yeah,
because she has a
Oh,
beanie.
man,
a
I was so
beanie.
close.
A beanie.
Okay, next one. Laura,
Fuck off.
what is missing?
Armband?
A wombat? What?
An armband.
Oh,
some
armband.
kind of- Definitely a wombat as well, obviously.
Yes, I did remove the wombat.
Is it you?
Did she have a pistol? No. I think. I wish I could blow it up bigger. I want it. I need to zoom in.
Down, burn it down, burn it down.
She has her bow
Bull.
and her quiver.
Is she wearing a hair net thing?
No.
Something you use to tie the hair back with.
A hair tie? A ponytail?
Oh, I just
like
thought
a scrunchie.
I thought it was black, but she doesn't have a
Yeah.
scrunchie.
Yeah.
I don't think so because like it looks like her hair, like the loose hair, is just like hiding it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Sean removed it.
Yeah. I wish I could blow these up. I really want to make it big.
That would make it too easy.
Yeah.
There's
that's
missing
the
like
point.
a guy up in the ruins, like about to shoot down at her. that's
She's missing the cone tits.
Cone tits.
Wow.
her polygon boobs.
No.
Lee said.
New Laura has left in that area. More realistic in that area.
That's pretty vaguely.
She's supposed to have like a cut on her arm.
So
I'll
Jazz
stick
says
with the armband.
cut. Alex says armband. Carmen.
Ooh.
Carmen says rubber ducky. She's missing a rubber ducky.
No, I'd say either a hair tie or maybe
A
another
rubber tie.
weapon. But from that angle, like, I almost feel like she should have another. But at that point in time, I got nothing. I want to say like a knife or something, but I got nothing. Because from that angle, you wouldn't be able to see it.
Okay, Carmen says a knife. Final answers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope. And her ear. I covered her ear.
I thought it was just under her hair.
There's the difference.
Hmm.
No ear.
Oh my gosh.
Good job.
You sneaky bastard.
That
Oh,
has
look, another
been,
Lara.
That has been a thing.
A missing thing.
Good
A
job.
missing thing. Good job, everybody. Why is it
Good,
not?
good.
There we go. Ta-da! I had a game. Congratulations.
I had
Sean had a gun.
Okay, so we do which game?
Let's do the monster one.
Okay.
Monster.
Yes.
Booyah.
Right, so this is an old game. The body comprises of 6 different video game characters. So you tell me what body part belongs to what video game character.
That's a Claire arm.
The head is a Ninja Turtle.
I should take all the things I
No,
removed
the
from
head
my
is a
game and
Koopa.
put them into your game.
The head
You
is
can
a
have them.
Koopa. The arm with the gun is a Claire arm. Maybe. Yeah.
No, it's Jill.
Jill. Jill.
That's not Jill's gun, though.
That's a Lara arm.
That's a.
Doesn't look like Lara's gun either.
No?
I'm going with Claire arm. I'm sticking with Claire arm and a Koopa face.
Stomach is Santa.
I think the Santa is Rayman.
It looks like a hunter's arm or a tyrant.
The right leg is not Claire from Dino Crisis 3. I don't remember what her name is. Redhead from Dino Crisis 3.
Shayla.
Regina. I don't know. I'm just making up names.
The
Regina.
Nightmare Head? I don't know.
Regina.
Something terrifying.
I don't know.
Is the stomach
McDonald's
that
video
bad
game.
guy from you know, he's got like it looks like he's wearing like goggles and he's got like red hair that sticks out on each side. Not from Mega Man, like not like Dr. Wily or something, but one of those
Not
characters.
Mr. Roboto.
I don't know. I don't know the names, but
The Sonic one, the Mr. Egbert Roboto or whatever his name
maybe
is.
that's that one.
But no, because he had a ginormous tummy.
Bomberman.
Oh.
Lee's always coming in with the hot takes.
Bomberman.
He sickly snuck in and like the answers.
Son of a bitch.
My toes.
All right. So Lee is right. It is Bomberman's torso. And it is Lara Croft's left arm. And it is
Laura's
James Bond's head.
Wait, whose head?
And James Pond.
The hell is James Pond?
He's Pond. James Pond.
And Sean, you were right. That was the redhead chick from Dino Crisis 3. Sonia, I think.
Sonia, yep.
So it's just the other arm and the leg.
I don't know, but tell me who James Pond is.
Is it a tank arm? Or like something from Left 4 Dead? I thought it was a tyrant.
James Pond is like a kids game for probably the PC and PS1, and even the Game Boy Color at some point, where you play as this kind of tadpole, I think, and you just go up. You can stretch your head up and then get to other parts of the platform.
Duke Nukem? How?
I recognize I recognize the left leg, but
I
do
cannot.
too.
I do not whatsoever.
All right, I'm gonna send a picture to Sean so then he can reveal.
Okay, Doc.
at first I was gonna say like Lara, but she doesn't have those shoes.
Wow, that is not what I was expecting.
It's Chris.
Chris.
Are you gonna tell us?
I'm
Well, I'm
working
going to
on it.
reveal.
Hold your horses.
I'm sorry, it
I
just
have no horses.
You have to hold.
Okay.
Oh wow.
oh no.
Dying.
No.
No, Alec.
I was holding.
Don't do this. Okay, here we go. Ta-da!
Oh.
We were right. It is a
James
tyrant.
Bond, Bomber
Well, it's Birkin.
Birkin
It's
is a
Birkin.
tyrant.
Sonia, Sam Fisher, and Lara Croft.
Yeah, I thought that leg was going to be somebody else.
All right.
Good job, everybody. We failed.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's do Reverse and Remember, and it's shorter this time because I want to see how we do with only 5.
5.
5.
Not 7.
No. All right, here's the first one.
What?
I have no idea.
Guessing that's something I never played.
Doesn't sound familiar to me at all.
No, I don't know.
Jinx.
I'll do it one more time. I'm not going to keep doing it, so...
Nope. I got nothing.
All right, have a guess.
I got nothing.
Good game. Okay, good game.
Tomb Raider.
No.
I'm like at first or at one point it sounded a little familiar, but I lost it. I don't know.
I don't know. It is a real
Alright.
game. That is all I say.
Let's see if you get it from the reveal.
You want me to trust you, then tell me the truth.
The truth is you're being a complete asshole.
Laddie, you know that's no way to change a man's mind.
He doesn't have any faith in me. It's fine if he keeps secrets. It's fine if Mom did.
It is not fine. Her secrets ought to be stuck this path.
Oh, okay. So you don't believe in her anymore either?
This is not about your mother. What you have done is lie.
Wonder where I learned that.
That's quite enough.
Since when do you always take his side?
Since he became the one making sense.
What is it, Sean?
It's got to be God of War, right?
Yep. But it's God of War Ragnarok.
Yep. Which I haven't played. I just recognize Kratos, and it sounds like an older version of Boy.
Okay, next one.
Oh.
Satan, is that you?
Mhm.
Hello?
Satan.
That
Oh,
does
he's having a
not
dream.
sound familiar at all.
Yeah. Same.
I guess.
Tomb Raider.
I don't know.
If
I
it
need
is,
to
I
hear
haven't
it
played
again.
that one.
Damn it.
I'd like
Okay.
to hear it again.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going with Lee. Tekken. Maybe it's Ogre.
I think he said that from the last time.
Oh, fuck.
I have no idea.
Tekken.
Quick guesses then.
Tekken 5.
Go on.
Some Resident Evil.
No. I have no guess. Rawr.
Okay. Here it is, the original.
How would you live your life differently?
The hell is this?
My name is Atriox, and I am the last face you will ever see.
Atrios?
No idea.
I have no idea.
Okay, so it comes from Halo Infinite and the very first bit of this, like, CG thing. Okay, I'm a bit concerned because like when I'm playing, it's like even when you guys start the Wardcast in the intro, I can't hear the music, and even with your videos, I can't hear the music to that either. So I'm starting to wonder if it's the same with this one, but we'll give this one a go.
Fuck. It's a fucking nightmare is what that is.
Yeah. The slow like music box music right after.
And then the
Yeah, that I have no idea. Like I don't recognize any game that has that music.
Nope. It's terrifying.
Here it is one last time.
It's fucking horrifying. I got nothing. Actual hell.
Wow.
So agony.
Oh god. Oh no.
Is it agony?
No, but I should bring that up somewhere.
Good lord, that was a nightmare.
Alright, here's the original.
Oh, look at that!
Welcome to the sun-drenched tropical paradise of Isle Delfino. We're so pleased to welcome you to our beautiful home. Come enjoy a natural wonderland to which we've added the world's finest resort facilities, a spectacular amusement park, and succulent seafood. All this and more await you on Isle Delfino.
What is that?
I don't know.
Alec, where are you pulling
Cooking
these
show? No.
So that was Super Mario Sunshine.
Haven't played
So
it.
what?
Alright, this one is not a game.
Oh.
Toilet. Huh? Man. Mm. Run. Run.
I know what that one is.
By all means.
It's Duel episode 5 when Wesker's going through the channels and the different things they're playing. Red versus Blue and Cowboy Bebop.
Right.
And
I was gonna say he said it's not, but it's not a game. That's
Play it again for, would you? Now.
Toilet. Huh? Man. Mm.
Mm.
Run. Run.
Good job, Sasha.
Sasha got it. I did not.
Okay, so it is Duel, and Sean, you were right. It is episode 5.
I've done it.
Did I play the original?
No.
No.
Okay, I'm coming out too. What did you mean we could
That's
work
the
as a
red
team?
versus blue part.
No. Nope.
You're late.
Who did this?
Hmm.
He didn't say.
Nah. Oh, there we are.
Beep beep.
Where the fuck is she?
Beep beep.
Beep beep.
Alright, last one. So this is the mashup between 2 video game characters.
God damn it.
Oh, no.
Samsung
Sorry, but this are near with the bushy no doubt.
Ja, nerešti.
No. Yeah.
Go for them, you've got no worry.
Scams me no.
One of
Is that
them
Japanese?
Duke Nukem.
Oh yeah.
Not that I know. I recognize the freaking voice, like the sound of it. But I have no idea who the girl is. Is this people we know? Like they're not from the same game, obviously, but
Yeah, so they're 2 separate. It's like one could be from Mario, the other one could be from fucking Dragon Ball Z, the video game. Here it is again.
Hey, you.
Oh, no.
Samsung
Sorry, but this are near with the bushy no doubt.
Ja, nerešti.
No. Yeah.
Go for them, you've got no worry.
I can't believe I didn't get Duke Nukem. Good job, Jess.
It might not even be Duke Nukem.
No, it's for sure. It's him. It's got to be. I don't know who the girl is, though.
No idea.
I can't. I don't know.
These ones are too hard.
Alright, here's the reveal.
My name is Max.
You are one ugly motherfucker.
Oh, hey. What the heck? Heck?
Eat shit and die.
Why don't you shove the Dugarian process up your ass?
Just like Christmas.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't sound like Max.
It doesn't sound like Max.
If you're gonna tell me it's the fucking remastered, go fuck yourself.
He did some sort of like noise. It was all wobbly.
Gobbledygook.
Yeah, I used the soundboard. I had to admit it did sound off, but I
It
just
got
couldn't tell if
kinda-
that was just a laptop. But I
It
really
got
don't know
kinda
what's
tinny.
going on with the thing. Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah, that
I'm you,
was
dumbass.
Roberta, remember? Max Caulfield from Life is Stupid.
Either I can't recognize her voice just because I can't unhear the Max scent, or I need to play that game
It
again.
has been taken over.
And
It belongs to another.
It belongs in a museum of video games.
Oh, that's me done.
All right, last thing.
Alec wanted to skip that because
Oh, we're skipping it. We're skipping it.
Because nobody asked us.
Pretend that you saw
Yeah.
nothing.
But if you pause the video, then you can know ahead of time.
God damn it.
Wow.
What we'll be
How
asking in
dare you
episode
acknowledge?
202.
How could you?
Ruin the fourth wall.
We could do it really quickly
Oh,
since you
let's
took
talk
a picture
about
up.
No, you have to work. You're tired. Sleepy.
Yeah.
Sleepy big
It's
old
late.
sleepy butt.
It's already Sunday for you.
It's been 3 hours into Sunday.
Yeah. What? This has been episode 201. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm going to die real quick. If you enjoy the podcast or any of the content at The Ward, please consider helping us grow by sharing our content, liking the video, and subscribing. You can also support us through patreon.com/thewardproductions to get exclusive content, or buy merchandise like t-shirts, hats, and more on our website, the-ward.com/shop. Have a great week, and we will see you next time where you will already know what nobody asked us. There you go. Bye.
Teleportation!